Hello everyone, welcome to my brand new Let's Play series of Pentiment. I am Colonel RPG, and I'm very happy to have you here with me as I try out this, I think, Disco Elysium inspired RPG. I don't know if it is Disco Elysium inspired, but I do know Josh Sawyer is a huge fan, and so am I. And Josh Sawyer has been talking about Disco Elysium for the last few years, and this is the newest game by Josh Sawyer. And if you don't know who Josh Sawyer is, that's the fella who made Fallout New Vegas, and, well, directed anyway, and Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, and yeah, so it's the newest game by Obsidian, a company that has produced some really, really amazing games in the past, and so also some not necessarily so amazing games, but because this is not a AAA game trying to be like an Alpha Protocol, tried to be a AAA game. This is really indie style. It costs $20, and I have a link for you in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. But yeah, without further ado, let's start a new game. Let's see how this is. And by the way, this is a completely blind playthrough because, of course, it is. Easy read fonts. I'm gonna go with them because, well, it's not just me reading, and also it is me reading, so let's go ahead. Autosave feature, I know what it is, thank you. In principio erat verbum, et verbum erat apud. Deum et Deus erat verbum. That's the beginning of the Bible, I believe. That's Genesis? At the beginning? Yeah. So we have a stone here, and we can move the stone or press the stone. What does pressing the stone mean? Oh, does it mean... Is that what the name of the game is for? Pentiment means a painting that has been done on top of another painting. So... Oh, we're erasing. What's here? With a stone. I didn't know you did that with a stone. That's pretty cool. But I think we're just supposed to erase everything. If you don't know what those numbers there were, those are for architecture. And this is music. This is, well, I think it is music. I've never seen it like this. Before the 18th century, there weren't really notations like we see modern day notation for music. And I say modern day, I mean contemporary day. So this game takes place in Bavaria, 16th century Bavaria, and I don't actually know exactly where it is. The Holy Roman Empire, yeah, there it is. It's over there, in that bit, right there, beneath the Alps, or south of the Alps. An artist sleeps. And the abbot said to me, Andreas, says Andreas. Is that us, I wonder? I don't want you distracting the sisters in the library. Oh, I see what it is. We choose what the abbot has said to us. So we have this distracting the sisters, or finishing a commission, or keep your conversations with Brother Piero at a minimum. Why is it undersigned or underlined there? I need you to finish this commission by the end of April. Let's go with that. Isn't that much earlier than you were expecting? Yes, he had told me I had until the Idish of May. The Idish? Ides. I don't know. That's our character. I'm still workshopping our characters. voice. I don't know if it is our character. Maybe it isn't. This is Saint Grobian over here. The other one was Beatrice talking. Asshole, and he's not going to pay you any more, is he? He has no appreciation for the cost of your sweat. And that's Socrates there. The yield of labor should not be measured in coin, but in personal satisfaction and self-involvement. Personal satisfaction doesn't put much food on the table, though, does it? How do you reply to the habit, Andreas? Well, I said I would do my best to get it done by the end of April. I told him it would be done when it was done, sometime before the Idge of May. And I shrugged and kept on working. Ooh, I like that. Let's go with that. I think this might be character creation, by the way, which I will promptly throw away wholesale if I'm able to change my stats after this. A good way to avoid conflict in the moment, but you know it will come back around. Yeah, it's not my fault, though, Beatrice, is it, though? It's not me who's bothering me, is it? It's somebody else. Who cares? It won't matter. The abbot will keep complaining and eventually it will get done. And the doing of the work is its own virtue, regardless of what the abbot may think. Despite the abbot's ire, you must endure. Soon you will have finished both the abbot's work as well as your masterpiece. And then you will return to Nuremberg, where then I can click there. Nuremberg, free imperial city of the Holy Roman Empire, major trade center, and city of arts, including printing. Where marriage and your new life as a master await you. Yes, marriage to someone he has never met. Hardly ideal. Well, the alternative is becoming a philosopher. Oh, Jesus! Then he should definitely get married. Is she pretty at least? That's what my brother said in his letters. One option, the small portrait they sent was lovely. Who knows? That's not why I'm doing it anyway. Let's go with that. It is growing late. The wheel of time stops for no man, Andreas. I fear you must leave us. Ah, true, your majesty. Will you visit us again soon? Hopefully, but it's out of my control. I don't know, and well, I can't always dream of this place, your majesty. Well, I can't always dream of this place. I think this is saying, no, I will not visit you soon. Unless it isn't saying that. I don't know what it is. I don't know, your majesty. I will pray for your safety and a swift return. Grobian, please see Andreas safely home. Of course, your majesty. Until next time, Andreas. Until next time, your majesty. So I think we are Andreas? Pay no mind to the other fools, Andreas. I never do. That's... What are we doing? Ow! Where are we? I think we're on a ship. Why are the fools hurting me? At least I would if they'd stop stepping on my feet. Watch where you're going. Heh, they're fools, Andreas. No point in trying to teach them anything. I know old John wants you to endure the abbot's shit, but since I take you home, I get the last word. Don't let him run you ragged, my boy. So the abbot can push me around. He's just trying to keep order in the abbey, and I'll be fine. I don't want to cause any trouble. Yeah, let's go with the I want. The abbot can't push me around. That's what I like to hear. Oh no, another foot. Or maybe the same foot has been stepped on. Gah! Would you please... Yo, okay. There's no stopping there. I give up. Take me home, Grobian. Or that's Saint Grobian that we're talking about. I don't know if that's a name or if that's a title, but I think maybe Saint is a name. I don't know. As you wish, Andreas. Good morning, Ursula. She said words, but I don't understand, kid. Time to get up. The Baron. April 1558, was it? A few more pages back to the Abbey. Oh, I don't have a mouse cursor? No, I do. It just disappeared for a little bit. Okay, that's good. So we have Ex Libris over here. It's just us. It's probably our character. Then we have our journal over here. Prime hour 6, another day. Another few pages for the abbot and hopefully a few for myself. I need to get across town and head up to the abbey so I can start work at the scriptorium. We have Outer Tassing. Oh yeah, we read about Tassing. Tassing is a city or something. It's a name. And you have the Kierson Abbey, and that's the scriptorium up there. And we have some very cool looking D&D style. Oh well, this one is a little bit D&D style. I don't know. It's not, well, it's a little. And then we have. Oh, we're gonna go to all these places, aren't we? The blacksmith. We're not gonna go to the town commons. So, people. The brother Piero of Verona. Artist of Kierson Abbey, known for his kindness and helpful nature, Brother Piero is also respected as a master painter, specializing in works of extraordinary color. That's just complicated. Painting in color is complicated because the different color painting things, they dry at different rates and they work differently based on the material. It's just a piece of work. But here we are. Oh, do we unlock the glossary by clicking on it? Because there was another one. When we clicked, and it's not there. So we can interact. What? Oh, this is the menu. Okay, what about that one? That's the book. All right, didn't I click elsewhere for the book? Oh, I pressed J. Right. And then we have the map. I imagine that would be M. And oh, that probably just different places in the book, isn't it? No, it is not. What? I like the icon, but I don't know what it does. Some pretty cool things. Oh, we can hear a pheasant, I believe. There's a donkey. And then we have the Burke over here. We can zoom in and out. That's what it is. Pretty cool. All right. I don't know what this interface is going to be for, however. Oh, is it 3D? I think it is. I think this is rendered in 3D. Which is probably, yeah, it makes sense because all the animations and stuff like that. You wouldn't want to have to handmade the 2D animations. So we're given all the interaction points. I don't think this is going to be like a pixel hunting sort of interactive adventure. I really should clean this up. Should I? Can I clean this up? Oh, I know what it is. If I use WASD, the mouse disappears. Oh, yeah. Well, it's fair enough. The Picatrix, Key of Solomon, the Heptameron, Prior Ferenc keeps giving me all these books to read. And Prior Ferenc? Wait. Why is that finger so big? That is a thing that paintings do. But why is it... Is it this guy? Oh, I think it is. Oh, that's interesting. No, we're not going to go to bed. We're going to go to the Gertner house. Oh, that's Ursula over there. Let me look around a little. Hello. Clara. And Eva. They have onions and garlic. Hello. Andrew. Yes, that is me. Good morning, Andreas. Did you sleep well? Not well, but there's nothing to be done about it now. Oh, I'm sorry, Andreas. I can change the straws in the mattress if you'd like. I'd appreciate it, thank you. Anyway, I know you'll be off to the Abbey, so I packed you some food. Almonds, cheese, and some of the rye you like from the Albans. I actually don't know what rye is. But thank you. I like it from the Albans. Otto wanted me to ask you to join him for dinner at the Abbey. Otto is this fella over here. Very fellowy. Otto stopped by? Yes, around dawn. There's a sheep. Here you are, Andreas. Ah, that's too kind of you, Clara. Many thanks. Master Andreas, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, could we... Wouldn't it be too much trouble if you paid next month's rent today? And if we raised it by 2 groschen? I hate to ask, but we're behind on our taxes to the Abbey. 2 months behind. Peter's losing his hair over it, even more than usual. And Peter is that fellow over there. I'm not sure how. What is this? Look at the options we have here. We have, of course, and yes, and all the options that you'd expect. But there's a thought bubble here. I'm not sure how. I'll click it so I can see. I'm not sure how to respond to this. Rent wasn't due until the beginning of May. And we can be generous, Andreas. Oh, are these the different... What? Is this what different people would do? Because look at that. This lady over here, be generous, Andreas. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did the play that we saw before... Was it all in our heads? No, it can't have been. It was. It was. The reference where will you be coming here again? And it says, oh, I can't keep dreaming of this. That's like the Furies in Disco Elysium. Or I say Furies, but they're not. They're called something else. Because originally Disco Elysium was called No Truce with the Furies. And the Furies were, the different aspects of the character's mind. And that aspect was kept in the game. And if you haven't watched Disco Elysium, I have a couple of Let's Plays of it in my channel. But yeah, these are my aspects. These are the people in my head here. Be generous, Andreas, Beatrice would say. You can spare the money and it will ease their burden. And I guess it makes sense that it would be in my head because there were Socrates there. But then again, it was clearly a play. So if it was real, it was a real play. But I don't think it was. I think it was in my head. Saint... I forget his name. What is this shit? Don't they pay taxes every year? Why is this falling on you to fix? Exactly. But more importantly, would it affect her if I said no? And you must take the consequences of inaction into account, says Socrates. You can spare the money; it will ease their burden. I don't know. Let's go. What is this shit? I just should ask why they are. Oh, and this gives me access to different sort of thought-curbing dialogue lines, maybe, because I should just ask why they were surprised by the taxes. Yeah, I should. She might be offended, but I should maintain some distance from their problems. And indeed, I can choose that line. Well, wait. Were these taxes unexpected? Peter says our taxes didn't go up for years, but ever since we have been married, it's just gone up and up. It used to be that if we didn't have the money, we could make payment in kind with some of our crops. The abbot stopped that last year. Now, if we don't get a good price from the miller, it's hard to give the abbey its share. I know it's not your problem, Andreas, and Peter is too proud to ask you himself. Can you find it in your heart to help us out? Well, I suppose if he's too proud, I suppose it's no problem at all. Besides, we wouldn't want Peter to lose any more of his precious hair. Oh, God bless you, Andreas. And may Saint Luke watch over you today. Saint Luke being, I believe, one of the apostles that... Wait, is Luke? Yeah, the first Evangelion? Is it Evangelion? Gospel, I believe, is the word in English. Saint Luke, Christian evangelist, and patron saint of artists and physicians, often represented by a winged bull. All the iconography of the modern era Christianity is probably going to come into play a lot in this game. I imagine we have some really cool paintings here, dogs and hares and cats. I love these. I love these so much. They're really cool. And this would be just a cornucopia, maybe? I don't actually know what that is. A snail? Could be. Yeah, it's a snail. That's a snail. It's not a cornucopia. That's the antlers of a snail, and it's just represented like this because people didn't understand things very well back then. They didn't. They looked at the snails and they ran away, so they didn't have time to draw them very nicely. Anyway, speaking of Saint Luke, how is your masterpiece coming along? It's been 2 months now, hasn't it? Slowly, I'm afraid. Most of my days are spent doing work for the Abbey. It's only during the divine office that Prior Ferenc allows me to work on my masterpiece. I don't actually know what the divine office is. And that's Ferenc right there. The prayer times observed by all Christian monastic orders. Monks and nuns pray together 7 times a day and once at night, as dictated by the rule of Saint Benedict. Oh, and also, did you see that? Did you see this thing? This master... What is... It is that? Could be a lion, maybe? It's got very big feet. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's eating flowers, so it likely is a lion, because they didn't understand things very well. A reasonable restriction, but slow going. The city council doesn't require it to become a master. I'm making it mostly to show clients, and for my own sake. And yes, when I do finish, I will go back to Nuremberg, where I will marry and open a workshop of my own. I wonder what he's working on. I actually didn't catch that. Because for the abbot, he's an artist, so it could be like a painting or something. I have been focusing too much on all the things to actually remember that detail. But anyway, Clara says, from Nuremberg to a university and now traveling the world as an artist. What a life you have ahead of you, Master Andreas. Yes, I suppose it does feel like I'm starting a new chapter in my life after a little too much fun, a few missteps, and some wandering. A few missteps, let's see. It must be rather frightening, starting all over again. I owe it to my family, or it is, but I know that this is what I want to do. Let's say I owe it to my family to make something of my life, because I want to hear what my family is all about. This will be remembered, yes. They helped me even after I dropped out of university. I can't let them down. I'm sure you make your family proud, Andreas. Anyway, I don't know anything about art, but I've seen you sketching some beautiful things in your little book. Your masterpiece must be wonderful. It is. That's an answer. Well, it's hard to say until it's done. That's no way to think about it. I'm sure it will be a treasure when it's finished. Now, I have to get back to my work. Have a good day at the Abbey, Andreas, and we'll see you after Vespers for supper. Is that evening? Monastic hour at dusk. One of the major... it's the evening prayers. Major prayer... one of the major prayer hours. It is followed by supper. And we have little kitties over there, which is the best part of the whole ordeal. Not tonight, but thank you. Klaus Drucker invited me over for supper. And that would be this gentleman over here. Apparently just Klaus, rather than... Actually, that would be Klaus. Because I think it's the Latin. Maybe? I don't know. Could be Germanish or something. Of course, please say hello to the Druckers for us. Of course. Until later, Clara. And we can also talk to Eva here. Hello, Andreas. Well, I guess we can't. Not very much. What is that? Oh, I can click anywhere. Right. To go anywhere. It's pretty straightforward. And, little girl doesn't say much. Wait. That's the guest room. Oh, yeah, because we leave the farm. And we're outside. Some peasants tilling the field. I don't think there really is, at least not right now, there's a reason to have access to this. Is there? Also, there's a cat with a cannon on its back. I don't know what that means, but I like that a lot. I like that a lot. If I were a cat, I would want that. I would want a cannon on my back. Can't talk to this gent. I can run fast, though. Morning, Andreas. That's Big York. Or actually, Big George? That's... I don't know. Morning, Big York. How's it going? You working today? Just taking a rest for a bit. Dad's still in the field. He hit a big rock with a plow, and it took me Lord knows how long to pull it out. You off to the Abbey? Oh, where else would I be going? Damn, Andreas, I don't know. Just making conversation. Smells like a storm's coming, huh? It smells like fresh alpine air to me. You've been traveling too much. Where was it you spent your Wanderjahr... What? The Wandering Years. Just say the Wandering Years. I mean, don't. But I'm not going to be able to remember that word. You know, if I were able to remember the word, then it would be nice for you to say the word, but I can't. I don't know what that is. It's Wander Years, it's probably, during which a journeyman, artist, or craftsman travels far and wide to improve their skills. Or was it you spent your Wanderjahr before you came to Tassing? Oh. Pick a background that will affect your character's choices going forward. We have Basel. Andreas knows some Italian and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Basel and nearby Bern, Zurich, and Freiburg. And we have Flanders. Andreas knows some Dutch and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Antwerp, Bourges, and Ghent. Bourges? Where's Bourges? Is that Belgium? Flanders. I actually don't know things very well. And we have Italy over here. Andreas knows Italian, a little Greek, and can reference cultural touchstones from Florence, Venice, and Milan. I will go with Italy, because it is the one that I'm most closely familiar with, personally. So hopefully I'll be able to make interesting commentary for the Let's Play, because, you know, it's not just me reading things. It's me also having traveled to Italy. Florence for a while, but Venice and Milan as well. Venice is one of the most powerful republics on the Italian peninsula. Sitting on the northwest coast of the Adriatic Sea, Venice is a major center for commerce and art in southern Europe. Yes, it is. Italy. No wonder your senses are dull. You've been down there too long. Spend enough time in these mountains and you'll be able to smell a storm coming. How long will that take? 10, 15 years? I don't think I have that long, Big Jorg. What would you spend all that time in Italy doing anyway? Other than art, I mean. Pick a background that will affect... Yes. So you have hedonism. Andreas seeks out pleasure wherever he goes. He's extremely social, and quite experienced in all of the enjoyable vices of the world. We have craftsman over here. Andreas lives to work and dedicates all of his time to his art. We have bookworm. Andreas spends all of his non-working free time finding and reading as many books as he possibly can. Rapscallion. Andreas has a penchant for... I actually don't know how to pronounce that in English. Penchant? Penchant. Has a penchant for getting involved in petty schemes, pranks, minor crimes, and fist fights. I might go with that. Rapscallion there. And businessman. Andreas devotes much of his time to self-promotion, optimizing business expenses, making investments, and balancing his books. That sounds boring. Let's go with Rapscallion. Getting into trouble. I got involved in a scheme or two. A bit of mischief. More than a few brawls. Street fighting is a sort of pastime on the Italian peninsula. Just a little fun, really. Sounds like a strange way to pass the time, Andreas. Anyway, I have to get going. Jorg, let's go! That's already acting like I'm taking too long, even though I did all the work to get that rock out. See you later, Andreas. Until later. Big Jorg is working there. So we can only go left and right, not down, up and down. But I believe it is possible to go up and down because the controls did point that. And I'm going to talk to Peter over here. Andreas. And then we have ill Peter. Different Peter. God bless you. Andreas. Yeah, Andreas. This weather's been god-awful. This town's gone to shit since my days. I don't think the townsfolk can do much about the weather. Well, of course they wouldn't know how to do anything now. No one follows the old ways anymore.
The old habit didn't bother us much about our customers or customs. He didn't mind if we left a little offering to Perchta, pagan goddess of the Alps, associated with animals and spinning wool. She's still invoked by some Christians in Austria, Switzerland, Bavaria, and Swabia. Anyway, a little offering to Perchta to keep the skies clear, the weather fair. Matthias knew that Christ was in our hearts, even if the White Lady's name was on our lips.
I thought Saint Moritz protected Tassing. Oh, we can click there. Saint Moritz is the patron saint of Tassing. Legend states he was the Egyptian-born commander of a Roman legion who converted to Christianity. They were all martyred for their faith. His hand is a relic in Kiersal's shrine. And if you don't know what a relic is, well, you probably do, but if you don't know, it's basically, it's the hand is supposedly there, and it's used as the sort of, it's usually at this stage in history, they kept the relics, most likely not, no longer underneath the altar, but before they would have kept the relics underneath the altar. At this age, I think they already started keeping the relics in like safes and stuff. But the origin of the, well, maybe not origin, but relics were used as sort of the source of, sort of like the holiness of the whole thing. And I think it was in the 1400s or somewhere around there where it was just basically officialized, I suppose, canonized, maybe. I don't actually know. But the term, what I mean to say is that it was basically all of the Catholic Church decided that it's the consecrated. I actually don't know the term, but either way, the sort of wafers that they keep in the altar, it's the consecrated body of Christ or something to that extent. That is the source of the holiness of an altar or the holiness of a church. But yeah, it depending on the what are they called? I just said the thing. The relics. Depending on the relics, some churches would be like you would pray to the relic rather than to Christ or whatever. The church banned all observances of pagan gods, ill Peter, I could say. You think that spirits have been following the weather since no one follows the customs anymore? Heh, sharper than you look, eh? The saints weren't the first to watch over Tassing. My father knew that. Old Ranig Kemper knew that. Ranig Kemper, the late husband of Ottilia. That bastard abbot may not like it, but some of us keep the traditions alive. Oh, like the old widow, Ottilia.
Yes, she always hangs the door frame with lavender to keep the spirits out.
That's actually still observed in, maybe not lavender, maybe different plants, but it's still observed, at least here in Portugal, it's like a holdover. There's a lot of holdovers throughout history and to this day. But I don't actually know. Is it on the 1st of September? It's like a day where everybody does that. Well, not everybody, but it's like a custom. Even if it doesn't help with spirits, it does smell nice. It does.
I suppose. I just know it helps with ghosts and witches and whatnot.
I should go.
All right. God bless you.
That was ill Peter there. And I can't walk off the screen here. I can just go and say hi to the sheeps there. And the ram. Is that a ram? That is a ram. Right there.